my generation, if you ask me a question and you show you don't care, we're not gonna want to talk at all. So be gentle with us. 75-year-old lady asking me if I'm married. I mean, not married. If I have a boyfriend, like, shut up, mind your business. Oh my gosh, this question, I 100% don't like that question. Hi, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be answering and kind of responding to questions that you shouldn't ask college students. Now, I just looked up these questions on a website from a college, and I just moved my mic. Let's fix that. It is Vanderbilt University, and the article is 7 questions to stop asking your college student. I just want to kind of respond to this article and like say whether or not like you should ask these questions, or just my opinion, because obviously I'm a college student. If you didn't know, I go to New Paltz. I'm a junior. And yeah, let's just get into this video.
Put your head on my shoulder.
So, first question is, how's school? Now, I personally, whenever people ask me how's school, it's usually people that either barely know me or people that are just interested. Like, they know I go to school and just want to know to be polite. So there's nothing wrong with asking how's school, but I feel like you shouldn't ask the question if you're just asking just to ask. Like, if you're not asking because you're genuinely interested in knowing whether or not school's good or not, you shouldn't ask. Like, they're just like, oh, like, hey, how are you? Like, you know, like basic meeting questions just to ask, just to seem like you're being polite, but you really don't care. Like, if you're just gonna ask just to ask, but you don't want to know the real answer, don't ask the question. I remember there was my sophomore year of high school. My sophomore year of college, my fall semester was rough, and people would ask me, oh, how's school? And I'm like, it's not okay. And then they would just look at me like, oh, okay, and I just walk away. I'm guessing they weren't expecting me to say an actual answer, or like to say an answer that was negative, because usually when people ask that question, they're just saying it, they're just asking to be nice. They're not asking because they care. So when you ask a question, ask it because you care, not because you're just trying to be nice. Because for all that, you can just say hi to me and that's it. I do know that like this like kind of like tradition, because like people from old generation, they ask questions just to be friendly, and then you give a simple answer and you go on by your day. But my generation, if you ask me a question and you show you don't care, we're not gonna want to talk at all. So be gentle with us. Next question. So what are your plans for after graduation? How many offers did you get? Where are you planning on living? Yeah, this is a question I feel like people just ask just because, oh, the lighting is terrible. Is that better? Anyway, I feel like people ask these questions because they don't know what else to ask you. Oh, you're a college student, so you're gonna want to answer college questions because that's all you are as a college student. You're not a human being. You know what I mean? So like all they ask you, like when you have people that know that you're a college student and they only ask you questions about college, you can tell straight off the bat that they just either don't care, they don't know you that well to ask you other questions about your personal life, or that's basically it. And then some people ask just because they're genuinely interested, but like sometimes it's kind of hard to find those people that are interested in your actual career when there's so many people that just don't care. So it's just like, it's kind of hard to see who's asking it because they're genuine or they're asking it just to ask. This is a kind of like anxiety driven question because it's like, not everyone knows what they want to do after graduation. I definitely don't. When you tell people you don't know what you want to do with your life, they're like, oh, okay. And then even when you do know what you want to do, like I said, they don't care. They're like, oh, okay, that's good. Or like, whatever. They don't care. There's nothing wrong with the question. It's just depending on who's asking you. So that's what I would say. How many offers did you get? I don't know. I'm guessing it depends on like if you're being a creative person, like what type of job offers you got, I'm guessing. Also can be kind of like a question that's like, oh, I didn't get any yet, but I'm working on it. It's just like, if you don't have your life together, answering these questions can be intimidating because people are gonna judge your answers, even though they shouldn't be judging you because their life isn't as great either, but besides the point. And where are you planning on living? I'm guessing that's like if you're trying to move out, or if you're not living with your parents, or like they could be like, oh, so when are you moving out from your parents? And it's like, when I have the money to, when I'm not having to worry about paying my college debt in 50 years. So, you know what I mean? I can understand why people don't want to be asked that question, because it's like, if you're trying to figure it out yourself, you don't want other people asking you the question that you're asking yourself, because you don't need that. Because then it's like a constant reminder that you don't know what you want to do with your life, and it's like, I don't know, because like you don't want people constantly reminding you of what you don't have or what you don't know, because then it's just like you're having people reminding you that you don't know what you want to do with your life, and it kind of feels like people are pushing you to get your life together so you can have an answer for the question that they don't even care about, or that like it could show that, oh, you need to get your life together and quick because time's flying. Next question, how are your classes? This question, nothing wrong with asking it, but don't get mad if I start complaining about my classes if I don't like them. These are basic questions that every college student gets asked from people that barely know them or that don't care much of an answer. They're just asking you just to be nice. Obviously, if your parents ask it, they're asking it because they're concerned, because they just want you to have a good life and they don't want you to like fall flat on your feet and then not have a good life. You know what I mean? Every time when I go home and I go to church, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but all people ever ask me is, how's college? How's school? How's college? How's school? And I'm like, it's fine, it's good. Except for that one semester, and I was like, it's not good, but I'll be okay. And some people are like, I'm not throwing shade, I'm just saying that's just the reality of it. So next question, are you graduating in 4 years? I'm guessing if you're not graduating in 4 years, if you're not doing the traditional 4 years and then some, I'm guessing that could be kind of anxiety driven if it applies to you. Because then it's just like, if you're not graduating in 4 years, you have to explain yourself why you're not graduating in 4 years. And then if they understand it, then they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Or if they don't understand, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Also, if you don't understand, you can ask more questions about it to show your interest, but don't ask the question if you're just trying to be nice and be like, let's have a 2-second conversation. Like, what's the point of that? Just don't talk to me. Like, if you don't care, just don't talk to me. There's nothing wrong with not talking to someone you don't care about. You can say hi and goodbye, and if they look like there's something wrong, ask them if they're okay, but ask them if they're okay if you genuinely are gonna be there for them. Don't just ask them just to be nice. There's no point in that. Because people can see when you're being, because our generation can see when people are being fake. Like, I can tell when people are asking questions just to ask because that's their tradition, but then it's just like, I don't want you asking me a question if you're not gonna be genuine about my response. Like, there's no point. Just don't. I'd rather you not talk to me than you talk to me and be fake. Like, there's no point. If you're not willing to hear an explanation as to why they're not graduating in 4 years, because then sometimes it could be some people had to take a semester off because of money, and then they had to explain that, or if they don't want to explain that, then, you know, like, there's a lot of situations where it's like, if you did graduate the straight 4 years on time, then you look good upon. If you had to take an extra year because of your double majoring, then that's fine. But if you have to take a semester off, or you have to take a gap year in between, or something happened, then you're kind of looked down upon because, like, oh, you didn't just get through it, you didn't just suck it up and just live your life anyway. And it's like, I didn't tell you that information for you to judge me, you know what I mean? Next question. Are you dating anyone? Why not? I mean, that's more of a question just asked in general, but like, the why not part, I don't. I've never had someone ask me, oh, I have plenty of people ask me if I had a boyfriend, and I'm like, no. Like, I wish, but no. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. But I never had someone ask me why not. But like, what do you mean, why not? Look, what some question is that? I know if I was asked why not, I'd be like, because I haven't found anyone? Like, what you ask me why not for? What, you gonna find me a boyfriend? You gonna find me a husband? Shut up. You single yourself. 75-year-old asking me if I'm married. I mean, not married. If I have a boyfriend. Like, shut up. Mind your business. Next question. How do you plan on getting a job with that major? Oh my gosh. This question, I 100% don't like that question. Now, this is a question that usually will affect people that are creative writing, art, or film. The creative aspect majors. That will affect them because people don't ask that question unless they're trying to, like, they don't understand why you went for the major you went for. Like, oh, you're going for a creative major? How are you going to make money? Because that's what that question means, because your job determines how much money you make, which determines your success, because the world revolves around money, which is disgusting. Anyway, that's a real 90% don't ask, 10% ask if you have a genuine good intention of it, but I don't see that being a good intention question because that's a very negative question in my opinion. Like, how are you gonna get a job with that major? Like, how did you get a job with your no degree? No. And there's a better way how to word that question, because if you're just asking the question just to be like, oh, like, what type of job do you want with that degree? That question alone is better than how are you gonna get a job with that degree, because that's just like, how are you gonna live a successful life with that? Like, that's kind of concerning. There are some questions that you just can't ask in a positive way because it has a negative connotation to it. So that's a fat no. Okay, the last question is, what do you plan on doing with your life? 98% of people that graduate college don't know what they're going to do with their lives. There are very few people that have a plan after college directly that actually works, and that just have a plan in general. A lot of people, when they graduate college, they're like, oh, great, I got a degree. Now what? That's a process that they have to figure out on their own. You can ask, do you have an idea? If you're going to ask that question, expect to not get an answer, because that's a question a lot of people wouldn't know how to answer. If people was to ask me that question, because I'm pretty sure now that I'm going to be a senior next semester, they're going to be like, oh, so we're going to do it at college. I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Like, I'm not going to say it in a rude way, but like, you know, I'm going to be like, oh, I don't know. Because I don't know. I'll figure it out though. But yeah, that was all the questions that are on this. There's only 7 questions, pretty sure. But I would say the most like pinpoint question that was to not ask was, how do you plan on getting a job with that major? Because that's just an offensive question. It's just offensive. There's nothing wrong with asking people questions about being a college student, but it just, that can be a starting point, but then that shouldn't be your only point. Like, that shouldn't be the only thing you want to ask me to start a conversation. I'd rather you just say hi to me and walk away. My generation of people, the millennials and the terrible generation, that came right after another generation. So that was a say about the parents. I'm just saying, it's just like we can tell when people are asking questions because they don't know what else to talk about. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smash the thumbs up button and subscribe because it's a new channel. My social medias are in the description box below. I have a Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.